My question was in relation to the Valley Way and the congestion, once again, around Burgmann Anglican School. Now, it was known right from the very beginning that an Anglican school was going to be on that corner, and that it was going to be of significant size over time. There is now a very dangerous situation, narrow roads, car park being used across the road in the Scout Hall, which has gone some way towards helping, but not nearly enough. We have a narrow road beside the school. We have one very insistent, and maybe two, but not any more than that, people complaining about buses and cars. And we seem to have reached a dead end about getting any kind of sensible solution here. So, Chief Minister, I would like to hear from you some undertaking to investigate this and to have some action, not just words now, please.
Could I, just before you dip in on that, had a meeting with ACT Roads, Tony Gill and others today about this issue, and they've also met with Paul Browning at Burgmann last week. I've been contacted by two gentlemen, two residents of Delma View, which is, just as you can see, that's a school here, Gungahlin Drive and Valley Way coming down around here. This is Delma View, a little residential street that borders the Wells Station Track Reserve, which then borders the school. I actually floated an idea of bringing in a regulated access directly opposite Warwick Street, which is this short stubbed street here, and directly in and then down. And Burgmann's concerned that they couldn't afford to build that that depth of road. Past this.
Why can't the government build a service road down there, as should have been the case in the first place? And
ACT Roads said today that they believe that is actually the solution that will fix it and fix it good and proper. The money would be 300 to 350,000 to build a low standard access road there with a gate that's locked out of school hours. It's just open in the morning and the afternoon and that sort of thing. But then it comes down to money to build that.
Now, in relation to the Valley Way, I'd like to point out, and I'm sure you all know, that there are going to be many additional facilities along that road, like a college, a swimming pool, an indoor sports centre, and an oval. The road is already not sufficient for the existing traffic. We'd all have vacant land. So I would like some sort of assurance that the road itself is going to have a major plan and update in order to accommodate those facilities which are being planned in the near future.
Well, just in relation to Burgmann, the government has received representations over a number of months in relation to this item personally, and I know other ministers have, and we have sought to respond. It's not that the government's turned its back and that nothing's been done. I know over the space of months there's a whole range of initiatives that have been pursued. I know from my notes here that the school crossing's been relocated, a right turn storage lane's been constructed, new footpath connections have been introduced. We're currently in the process of constructing a new left turn lane at the school's entrance. And as Alan said, if discussions continue, I've approached Roads ACT directly about the nature of the representations, community concern. As far as I'm aware, every time a representation has been raised in relation to Burgmann, it's been responded to seriously by Roads ACT and these range of initiatives, which quite obviously, in light of the continuing representations, haven't resolved the problem. But Roads ACT is making every effort, incrementally, to improve the situation. I'm interested in the feedback that Alan's just given in relation to his meeting with Tony Gill today.
I have been trying, John, to broker a solution here. As I said, I've been contacted by two residents of Delma View, and they're still concerned about. Originally, the school had, with one of their subsequent developments that's now being built here, they had as part of it having an access right where this little arrow here is, and my concern with that is that there's going to be significant traffic for the people along a good length of Delma View, which is why I suggested that it comes in directly off Warwick Street, and also that the gate is controlled, and that it's only a one-way entrance, it's not an exit and the like. Now, the previous DA, I talked with APLA about that, and they advised that if the school were putting in another development application and they were to propose another entrance, that the previous would be set to the side and the new one would be considered on its merits. So that's essentially, given that Paul has door-knocked virtually every house down the street and we've got a fair degree of support along there, as I understand it. And these gentlemen said that they would organise a meeting, and that was 2-3 weeks ago, and they still haven't contacted me about it, so it doesn't seem that they've managed to drum up significant objections. That ACT roads are supportive. We just mainly have the issue of the fact that the school was pushed into this site in this location, and so it isn't necessarily a problem of their making, and they can't afford to build that much road. I'm conscious that you had a media release a couple of days ago saying, hey, remember that budget surplus, helped me spend some of it?
Did I say that?
Oh, let's have it.
I'm just paraphrasing your media release, because I think I got 40 media releases in the last 2 days.
That's the one that actually sparked you.
For some reason your media release was backed up for a couple of weeks and I got all of them yesterday. I don't know why, but that one came to the surface.
I'm not sure that the interpretation was as explicit. But certainly we'll be happy to receive a formal proposal in relation to that. I can't promise anything here.
Thank you.
Though I'll be certain
it's worth a try.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Because I am conscious, I must be at the Hunting Club at 9. But I'm conscious of the other issue, and like we don't want a repeat of the issues we've sought, as I say, and it is piecemeal now. Sometimes when one seeks to repair, the options available. Well, the options available actually are minimal, and we're utilising all of them. But I would hate to think that we're going to actually repeat the experience with the college and with the other community facilities that are proposed. And so we just make sure that we're on top of that.